Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie. That's right, you saw the title. I'm back with even more versions of Iron Man. Starting to get a bit tough, but with great power comes a great number of alternate versions. So let's waste no more time and hop right into the action. Here are the top 10 alternate versions of Iron Man, Part 4. Number 10. Iron Man Forever. The version of Tony Stark found in X-Men Forever is still Iron Man, but he's also the head of the Consortium, an organization that kidnaps and performs tests on mutants to try to find the cause for the early death of mutants, or burnout syndrome. Despite this, he continues to do good, even building a special suit for Storm when she's split into a child form and an energy form. He builds a suit to give her energy form a way to manifest physically, and while he ends up dying, it's pretty neat to see Tony in a somewhat different position. I love me some ends justify the means Tony. Number 9. Iron Moth. This is a villainous version of Tony from Earth 712 who turned to crime when Obadiah Stane took over his parents' business. We don't get much of a look at this version, so there's a fair bit of speculation, but he seems to be the version of Iron Man from his reality. His suit flies using a pair of mechanical wings similar to those of an insect. He was captured by Tom Thumb of the Squadron Supreme and later killed when the Earth was destroyed. Not the most interesting or fleshed out version, but it's quite different from the others, and it's pretty neat seeing Tony taken to crime. Number 8. Iron Giant Man. Sadly, this isn't a crossover between Iron Man and the Iron Giant, but it's still pretty cool. Plus, it won't make you cry like the Iron Giant movie. Iron Giant Man was from Earth 1298, the Mutant X universe. Here we see evil versions of various Avengers and X-Men, with a corrupted Professor X ruling supreme. Iron Giant Man seemed to be a combination of Iron Man and Giant Man, and he looked pretty damn cool. With the high-tech suit and weapons of Iron Man being powerful already, making them way bigger is a surefire way to make him even more dangerous. Sometimes size does matter. Number 7. The Man in the Iron Mask. No, not the movie, although now I totally want to watch that movie. I'm talking about the Iron Man from Earth 9591, whose origin story is somewhat different from our own. Rather than being captured out east, Tony was injured by a grenade from the National Guard while trying to mediate a protest. He ended up making a similar armor to what we're used to and formed the Avengers with Hank Pym and Stephen Strange. But sadly their Quinjet was soon shot down and they died. Still, I just love that his persona was so much more poetic in this universe. Number 6. Bun Iron Man. When this idea popped into my head, I thought I was such a genius. Hey, Iron Man sounds like the iron you use to press your clothes. I'm so clever. But then I googled it and apparently it's already very much a thing. And it's incredible. I'm actually impressed at how amazing some of the pictures are. Even though the joke itself is pretty on the nose and lame, the comics are actually pretty great. Number 5. Weapon X Iron Man. This Iron Man is from Earth 2020, not to be confused with Arno Stark, the Iron Man from year 2020. Marvel's tricky like that. This Iron Man is Tony himself, and he replaced Deadpool on the reality jumping Weapon X team, the more brutal version of the Exiles. This was a totally ruthless version of Tony who had started a world war in his own world and was eventually sent back to pay for his crimes. As you may know, I quite like seeing heroes go bad, so this is definitely a cool version of me. Plus the suit is pretty groovy. Number 4. Xeron Armor Iron Man. This was a version of Tony from What If Newer Fantastic Four from Earth 9266. In this reality, the Fantastic Four were killed by a rogue Skrull and were replaced by Hulk, Spidey, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine. After Thanos erased half of all life, Iron Man stepped in to take the place of the now gone Ghost Rider. Tony managed to get his hands on the armor of the celestial Xeron, which he entered and controlled telepathically. Using the power of the negative zone, he fought Thanos with his most powerful armor yet, and lost. But Wolverine and Spidey ended up saving the day, so it's all good. Number 3. AI Iron Man. While we've seen AI versions of Iron Man a few times over the years, probably the most famous of these nowadays is found in the Superior Iron Man comics. Here, a corrupted Tony is reigning over San Francisco with the help of his Extremis app. Luckily, 7 years prior to this, Tony had made a backup of his consciousness that ended up manifesting itself inside one of his old armors. This AI version of Tony helps Pepper to fight against him, even controlling several suits at once to fight Superior Iron Man. It's pretty sick. Number 2. Iron Man The End. The Tony Stark from Earth 9119 has been fighting evil and leading Stark Industries for decades, but is now reaching an age where he's no longer able to fulfill his duties. He's starting to fall asleep while working and is relying on meds to keep happy and healthy. But still, the dude looks good. Total silver fox. And his armor is really cool. The futuristic modifications have made it super impressive. This story saw him trying to complete a space elevator, which is freaking awesome, and holy cow do I hope that happens in my lifetime. It's really great seeing the older Tony, but it's pretty sad to see his mind start to fail him. And even sadder knowing that he's still way smarter than I'll ever be. Number 1. Iron Man 2020. Arno Stark, better known as Iron Man 2020, is a version of Iron Man from Earth 8410. Arno took over Stark Industries after Tony seemed to have died, and with the company came access to the Iron Man suits. Arno's unique suit was pretty cool looking, with gear-like shoulders and a pretty fierce expression on his metallic face. He's had quite a few adventures, time traveling, battling with Tony, fighting as a member of X-51's Heralds, and even chilling with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't tell you about all his exploits right now, but if he strikes your fancy, check out Uncanny Avengers. It's good stuff. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. Let me know in the comments which of these versions you like best, and if you'd like another part, maybe I could focus on fan-made versions. Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.